Cubano stuff, Cuban food, yuca frita fries. I got one beef empanada. Arroz con gandules. I know I'm saying it all types of fucked up, but look at this. Arroz con gandules. It confuses me because there's two G's in there. And last but not least, the star of the show. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, yeah. You guys didn't see it, the cheese pull. I'm so sorry. So this is a steak jibarito with cheese, bistec, tomatoes, lettuce, no onions, mayo. It actually has a little bit of ooh, it's salty. It has a little bit of a peanut butter kick. Oh, you guys, reality is hard. I know my bio says that I'm sharing you guys my most authentic self, and I'm not pretending to be anybody that I'm not, but I do have another side of me that I'm not proud of. We all have our monsters, and my monster comes out when I drink. I really want to share this story with you eventually, but there was a moment where I realized that I'm an alcoholic. And for a long time I didn't consider myself that, because I think of alcoholics as people who need to depend on it, but there's different spectrums, right? Like, I can go without drinking it. I don't crave it. But I'm gonna say this. Because of my mental instabilities, drinking and my brain chemistry just don't go hand in hand. And I've hurt a lot of people, especially when I'm under the influence, and it's not an excuse, it's just it's my truths coming out. Ooh. I shouldn't have got this. It's not the best arroz con gandules that I've ever had, but this was a Cuban place, and I think this is mostly, like, the best arroz con gandules I've had is like the Puerto Rican kind. So I realized that I've used drinking as an outlet to drown my sorrows and my anxieties, and I don't like who I become on alcohol. And I've mentioned this a couple of times in the past, but I've actually, like, edited out. So it just didn't make sense in those videos. I was just going all over the place, and it had nothing to do with the cohesive thought of everything else. The point is, I've said this a few times now, and I think God is, like, giving me the power, or the brain power to be able to articulate it better. I have my words will cut a bitch. And when I feel hurt, I go in attack mode and I just stab you and twist the knife. Not literally, metaphorically. And I'm not gonna be too hard on myself, but I basically saw that full blown recently, and I have decided that I am going to quit drinking entirely. Like before, I really did, like, you know when you say you're never drinking again? I actually didn't for a long time because it was a really bad place, and I never wanted to feel that way again. And for a while, I was just like, you know, I'm not gonna drink. And then, you know, sometimes I just have a sip. Oh, it's Cholula. Sauce it to me, baby. My nerves are all over the place, so I'm just like, what was I saying? Fuck. Like, I would drink in moderation, but even then, I've decided They give me a sauce with the yucca. It's like a butter. No, that's like a lot of garlic. No, thank you. I don't feel like stinking. No stinks right now. So, it's not even like a New Year's resolution. I mean, technically it is, but I realized that drinking is not good for me. Smoking marijuana is not good for me. That I'll have a little bit more difficult time letting go of, but I know that I can do it. But one vice at a time, although I have cut back on that. I love seeing dad and daughters, or just families in general. Like, it's so creepy, but watching from afar, you're like, oh. I see other people smiling at them too, and they're just walking and existing. It's just nice to see a bond, you know? Yeah, so I had a really bad night. My monster came out. And then I really try to reflect and be like, who hurt you? Who hurt you, BB? I'm not blaming anybody. A lot of it just has to do with letting go of the past. Can't live in the past, man. But I'm a big girl with a big job who just got insurance, so now I really have no excuse to go to therapy. Not to go to therapy. I just have to find a good one. The last one I went to was like a sorority sister more than a therapist. I was back in like 2017, 2016. I told her about this story and I was like, I felt gaslighted. The therapist looked at me and said, what is gaslighting? It's 2022 now, going on 2023. Gaslighting has been the most used word this year. There's an article about it. Bitch, hope you feel dumb now. How? Yeah. So, I just couldn't wrap my head around that. Like, how did you pass Psychology 101? Hello? Where's my hot sauce? I think I used it all. So, yeah. Just have to find a good one. If you're stuck in the past and have intrusive thoughts that go on repeat, I recommend doing EMDR, eye movement, something, just look it up. It seems but it worked for me. Yeah, therapy is so expensive, y'all. It should be a right for everyone to have. Including housing. It's a fucked up world we're living in. Yeah. Facing my truth. Facing my reality is difficult. Oh, there's my hot sauce. Man. Ooh. Either would be 3 stages: happy drunk, sad drunk, angry drunk. I think a lot of my pain stems from my first relationship. I was so young. I was in 8th grade going into freshman year. And I really worshipped this person and blocked a lot of it out. But instead of using that and not holding it against other people in other relationships, I have took my pain from that relationship and like brought it onto others. This rice is not good. Nope. So yeah, sad girl diaries, but it's not even sad like I was sad. This is me like crying all night. But I'm gonna create a better dynamic for myself, and in doing that I'll create a better dynamic with other people. Like Drake said, trust issues. Seeing my mom too growing up, she thought the world was out to get her. Like she really did. Here I am, being like my mom. You know what I thought of, y'all? I grew up Catholic, right? And I always wondered, like, with the Trinity, it's God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. And I was like, yeah, I know that Jesus is the Son of God, but what the fuck is the Holy Spirit? Like, isn't the Holy Spirit and Jesus the same thing? And I prayed last night, and I think that that God is a reflection of your most highest self, right? Jesus is like your reality of like where you're at now. And you know how they say that in the spiritual realm, they're like, this is not you, you're the observer. Like your consciousness, like who you actually are is like watching over you. I think that's the Holy Spirit. So they're like, pray to the Holy Spirit. Yeah, shit has hit rock bottom to the point where I'm like, I ain't got nothing left to lose but to pray. And in doing that and having that faith has really helped me get through no, I'm not even being cheesy or whatever. If you have nothing else to lose, just pray. I've been trying to pray more without like it being for help. But I will be the example for you guys to see. And when I think about that, I think of people like Eat with Keek, who put it all into God and her life turned around. What else have you got to lose?